Hey, it's David Farmer, and today we're talking behavioral retargeting or remarketing. Retargeting is a form of online display advertisements that allow you to present ads to customers on different websites after they visit your dealership's website. It's a fantastic way to keep your branding and marketing in front of customers that have already expressed interest in doing business with you by visiting your dealership's website. Now, the way that this technology works is probably a good idea to understand how this system works and what you can do as a dealer to really tailor the content that you're putting in front of customers to make sure that it is very relevant and something that the customer is going to get value from. So if we look at how retargeting works, in the basic sense is you put a pixel on your dealership's website. Now, a pixel really is just a small snippet of code that is going to act a certain way once a customer visits your dealership website inside an internet browser. So for example, that little snippet of code, once a customer visits your site, will deposit a cookie on your visitor's computer or mobile device. That cookie really is just a fancy name for a small file that contains information about that customer's visit on your dealership's website. And depending on what type of technology that you're utilizing, that pixel might be set up different ways to track different activity on your site. And then the information that's stored in that cookie, you're able to utilize to really tailor the content in the online advertisements to make sure that they're relevant and that they actually have an impact on the customer as they're browsing different pages on the internet. So in the basic sense, if you have a pixel on your website, the technology that your advertiser will be using as far as a platform is also going to take that customer and put them inside an audience. So those are kind of the key elements of retargeting. Having the ability to take that customer that visits your website and put them into an audience, which is then targetable, and then also by the pixel leaving a cookie on your dealership or on that customer's device, which allows advertisers to tailor the content to the consumer to make it more relevant and more actionable. So as you can see by this graphic here, we are showing that a customer will visit your dealership's website. Your website then will trigger that pixel. It'll drop that cookie onto the customer's computer. Now, when they leave and go to another website where the advertising platform has the ability to place an ad, we can identify that consumer, we can place the ad, and then we can tailor the content based on the activities that the customer took during the dealership's website. So that's, in the basic sense, that is how retargeting works. Now, the success of this really is quite spectacular. I've read statistics where a customer is 1,000 times more likely to convert after seeing a retargeting ad after visiting a dealership's website. So the impact can be quite strong in an overall digital marketing strategy. And really, I think what it's going to depend on is the quality of the content that's going to be inside those different retargeting ads. So if you have somebody that's coming to your dealership's website that's looking for a Corolla and you're serving up a Tundra type of advertisements, it's not going to be super relevant to the customer and it's not really going to have an impact. Same thing if you are you have a vehicle shopper on your dealership's website, but you're serving up just general advertisements. Again, that might just kind of go blind to those general type of ads. So making sure that you have a targeted solution to tailor the content is where you're really going to start to get that impact. So let me share with you what we do as an online marketer for dealers to make sure that we're tailoring the content directly to the activities that the customer is taking on a dealership's website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one of our dealership websites, and I'm going to hop over and go into a specific vehicle. Let's go ahead and pick out, let's just go with the core product. We'll go with a Corolla. Let's find something that'll stand out a little bit so we can actually see the vehicle. So let's go ahead and pick this 2021 Corolla LE. And just to make sure that we are looking at the same one, we're going to go ahead and go right onto the VDP. We'll be able to see that the VIN number on this particular vehicle ends in 5529. So now what's happened is we have the Entice pixel on this dealership's website. It's already done its job. It's already saved me as a customer, as an audience member, so we can present ads to me based on this device. And then it's also already left a cookie on this machine right here that's tracking the vehicles that I'm looking on the dealership's website. So it knows that I'm looking at Corollas, and it knows that I'm looking at this specific red Corolla. Now, if I'm a customer and I end up leaving this site, maybe I go to a third-party auto shopper site, or maybe I go to a news site or some other sort of research site, or maybe a few days from now, I come back to the internet and I'm doing a little bit of research on something else. It's in those opportunities that we now have the ability to retarget the customer with something that is going to be relevant to them with some advertisements. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go into one of our test pages, which allows us to actually look at different tailored advertisements that's going to include that specific vehicle in these in these ads. So what I'm going to do is just kind of blow this up a little bit. So you can see in this example, we are looking at a 100 by 600, a 120 by 600 ad unit. And inside this ad unit, you're seeing that I'm looking at the 2021 Corolla LE in that Barcelona red. And we were including specific images of that vehicle. In addition, we have another 160 by 600 ad unit size. I'll go ahead and get a little bit closer to this. And again, we're looking at that particular vehicle, 2021 Corolla in red. So I'm looking at the exact vehicle that I researched on the site. Here's another ad unit right here. And one of the things that you're going to see that's a little unique about our ad units is that half of the ad is going to be taken up by images of that exact vehicle. And we're not just going to use the one thumbnail image. We're going to use 5 different images from that individual vehicle or from that VDP feed. So if you have any other images in there, like a lot of dealerships like to use, you can add other marketing messages. So we're going to tie into this, pull in those images, take half of the ad and show that vehicle itself. Then what we're going to do is we're going to finish this ad with a nice image of the dealership itself. And we're going to create multiple variations of this ad that we can present to customers in different scenarios and on different websites, but we're always going to include the vehicles that the customer researched on the site. So you can always see that we're tailoring the content. And then once a customer sees the ad, if they choose to, they can click on the ad, and when they do, we're going to bring them back right to the VDP that they left. So one of the things that we've learned in automotive over the last couple decades is getting a customer to a VDP really is the money shot, right? So when we're spending money in digital advertising, our goal is to get the customer to an exact vehicle where they can research, they can look, they can understand, they can dream about a particular vehicle. And then really the goal is how can we get the customer back to this VDP once they leave? And how can we continue to bring up that vehicle to the customer? So the Entice VDP retargeting does exactly that. Now, to quantify the success, one of the things that we also do is we create these custom UTM codes that append themselves to the VDP landing page itself. So if you're familiar with what a UTM code is, or if you're not familiar with a UTM code, what that does allows us to add some content that'll be passed through to Google Analytics. So you'll be able to see exactly how many customers visited your website, saw an ad, clicked on an ad, and was brought back to your dealership's website, and then subsequently what that customer did. Maybe they engaged in some sort of digital retailing activity, or they got their trade value, or they got their credit score, they scheduled a test drive. Any way that they might have converted on your dealership's website, you're going to be able to track back to the success of that retargeting display content. Now, if I was a customer and I was to maybe look at multiple vehicles, let's go ahead and go back to a search results page and maybe look at another vehicle. So now maybe I'm considering a blue Corolla and a red Corolla, trying to make a determination of which one is going to make the most sense for me. Now, so if I go back to our demo and refresh this, now the pixel has done its job. It's left a cookie on the dealership's website. So now we've tracked multiple vehicles on the dealership's website, and we're going to include those multiple vehicles in these ad units right here themselves. So as a customer, I might be researching, going on the internet, going on different sites, and now I'm going to be retargeted with multiple vehicles from the dealership's website, regardless of what model or trim level. And we do this for new cars, we do this for used cars. We have multiple themes that we have set up to make them mirror your dealership's branding and to encourage engagement with the ad units themselves. And again, just a bunch of different ad sizes, making sure that we're going to be able to present your ads to customers as they are making a determination of the determination of what vehicle and what dealership they choose to do business with. So we're going to go ahead and get wrapped up. Retargeting is something you may want to consider for your full digital marketing strategy. It fits well right into a strategy that might include search, so Google Ads. It might include video advertisements. It might include other types of display ads, social media marketing, Facebook, Instagram, etc. This should be inside your digital marketing strategy to really add value and round out your entire strategy. So as always, we really appreciate you taking the time to sit through and watch our video content. This video, along with many others, are going to be available on entice.com.